Tavani Mompofu, and Tendai Biti. We have gone to the West to invite the extension of economic sanctions on Zimbabwe. Whilst we welcome the democratic idea of opposition political parties, we condemn in the strongest terms the political approach of the three who have chosen to perpetuate untold suffering to the people of Zimbabwe by calling on America to extend ZIDERA and continue the sanctions that have been at the root of the economic stagnation in Zimbabwe for many years now. If America believes in democracy, they would have taught Chamisa what democracy is. Chamisa grabbed power from Thokozani Khupe in complete defiance of the MDC constitution, but America did not even raise a finger. It is ironic that America is trying to promote democracy by supporting a person who does not himself believe and abide by the tenets of a democratic behavior. Surprisingly, America has not condemned him, but seemed to be cheering him on, even as he and BIT have sought to sow anarchy in Zimbabwe. America has only looked with glee. How do you have a president of a democratic political party during a march pressing up? Whoever saw a person doing press up before going for lunch? People do not do press up exercises when they want to eat. They do that when they want to fight. The fact that Chamisa was pressing up in front of his supporters was actually a command that they must prepare for an eventuality that he was going to create himself. Because even today, he is very clear. He is inciting, if you look in today's papers, he is inciting people to refuse the outcome of the court decision, claiming to say that God and the people are going to refuse. Which God lives in the darkness? Which God? The MDC God? Or the God that we all know? But the international community is quiet. And no one would want to write about that, even from you journalists. No one wants to write about it. But you are seeing it. A person is trying to determine the verdict of a constitutional court, but no one talks about it. Why? Whilst we do not want to interfere with the internal affairs and management of the MDC, we believe that it is up to the real MDC people to stand up and reclaim their part from Chamisa and BT. But Chamisa, who is now abusing it and working with failed politicians like Robert and Grace Mugabe. It defies all logic that on the 18th of November, the November 18 revolution, Chamisa was with us, condemning Mugabe. The MDC has been crying all along that Mugabe caused the disappearance of Zamara. And we felt pity for them and removed Mugabe for them, thinking that they would support us because we fought their war. We removed a monster that had, totally, destroyed the existence of MDC. But today, the same MDC is going to bed with Mugabe. What double standards? Do they have an ideology? What do the real MDC people say? What does Zamara's family say today about Chamisa? How do they let him go mad like that? Less than 9 months ago, Chamisa was referring to Mugabe as a monster. And today he says he's a good old, I don't know whether he calls him a brother or because he's not even supposed to be alive, because most of his age, people of his age are all dead. I don't know whether they call him his ancestor or what. But they are in political union. It defies every logic. I don't understand how the MDC operates, and it's a pity if people in the MDC are going to allow Chamisa a minute in leadership. Okay, they deal with failed politicians like Mugabe, Job Sikala, Tendai Biti, Welshman Ngule, and many others who either dumped or were dumped by MDC when Tsvangirai was still alive. Tsvangirai must be turning in his grave to see a product, of course, of his one center of power tearing MDC into threads. Because obviously, if it is the democratic of the movement of democratic change that is going to be mastered in tactics by Mugabe, it's unfortunate. And we know very well that even these court decisions are Mugabe's advice to Chamisa. And we know what they are aiming at. They know that Chamisa lost. They know that MDC lost. If it was MDC that had 145 House of Assembly seats and winning by 4.8, if ZANU-PF was in the position of MDC, the international community would have sailed, in fact, they would have celebrated. But they want to reverse what is clearly a win for ZANU-PF. But they know this is not going to happen. We don't want to talk about it much because it's still in the courts. But what we know is that they want to win the public opinion court so that people are going to have sympathy with the failed Chamisa in preparation for the 2023 elections. So that he keeps on saying, Ndakabirwa, they stole a vote, this and that, which is nonsense, of course. And that is Mugabe's tactic. Even the idea of attacking ZANU-PF headquarters, it is Mugabe's ideas, we know. It was saying he was going to die in the streets if MDC was not going to win. But we found him in the streets of Zambia. How do you take the streets of Harare for Livingstone? Why do you fool, incite other people's children to go on the streets when you run away to Zambia? How many is he? I mean manhood. If he incites other people's children and he ran away himself. We did not run away from Mugabe. Everyone knows it. In fact, The police never came to us. We went to them whenever they wanted us, because we knew what we were doing was right. And these are the results. We have a new dispensation. Why does